Hello, today we're here with a bonus that will help you. You can significantly increase your profitability. So if you also want to take advantage of this multi-bank bonus, stay with TradingFinder until the end of this program. Well, many of you are already familiar with the multi-bank group. We've also talked about it in our content, and the article link is right here so you can read it thoroughly and deepen your understanding of this group. But let's assume that someone has already read about this group, is familiar with it, and now wants to complete their registration and make a deposit. This is where we suggest you pause for a moment and join us in this selection process. Why? Just click on this link so we can understand the reason behind it. When you land on their main page, well, it definitely has a very modern look. Talks about its services, the markets it operates in, its trading fees, and so on. A great many other things, all of which are prominently displayed for your convenient viewing right here on the main homepage. You can clearly see and observe them, but what we have specifically come to present and show to you today is something quite important that we genuinely need to carefully look for and discover here. The promotions bonus option, which you can also clearly see and access from the top menu bar. But what exactly is the nature of this particular promotion? Allow me to carefully highlight it for you now so that we can take a much closer and more detailed look together, so we can convey the information to you completely. Let's say you're someone who has a relatively good amount of capital in the market, you've been trading for years, and you've moved beyond being a beginner trader. Why? Because here we're talking about needing a relatively high amount of capital. But it's not just for these people, so let's not say it's only for them. People with several $1,000s in capital can also use it. But in order to actually see tangible results and changes in your account, you need to use it properly. In my opinion, the minimum required capital should be a bit higher. So how does it work? Pay attention. It's equivalent to 20%, exactly 20% of what you deposit. This broker gives you a bonus. For example, let's say I deposited $10,000. This is the amount I deposited. So naturally, when they give a 20% bonus, my account balance becomes $12,000. Then I start trading. What's a really great advantage of this bonus? The bonus itself becomes withdrawable. Suppose that after some time, say 2 months, 3 months, or 4 months, I managed to turn this 12,000 I had into how much? I turned it into 24,000, doubled it. How much of this amount is withdrawable? Well, there's a very simple view that some people have, and it's actually quite common. They say that 22,000 of this is withdrawable, I say. Why 22,000? They say, well, this person defined 2,000 as a bonus, and that's usually not withdrawable. But, well, the rest can be withdrawn, the profit can be withdrawn, they say. This statement is correct, but not for multi-bet. Why? Because you can even withdraw your own bonus. Under what condition can you withdraw it? On the condition that for every $200, you have traded 80 lots. So when you reach that 24,000, if you withdraw, let's say, how much? If you've traded 240 lots, you can withdraw $600 more. Instead of 22,000, you can withdraw 22,600 as your withdrawal. So you have this attractive feature. You can see this within the multi-bank platform. There are a few other points that I definitely need to mention here, and what are they? The amount of time it takes, and you need to arrange your calculations accordingly so that you both meet the required trading volume and also stay within the given time frame. The maximum is 90 days, as you can see, and again, it's 40,000. It was mentioned at the beginning, and it was on our first page as well, so it's something clear. But there's another very, very important point. The account you open matters. It's not like you can use this on all accounts and all platforms. You can only use this 20% bonus on certain ones. Which accounts are they for? Pay close attention, make sure to check the standard and pro platforms carefully. This is a very, very important point. There have been many people who didn't pay attention to this, and then later on they faced problems. They went ahead and made their trades. They say, well, at first nothing extra was added for me. I deposited 10,000 and it was still just 10,000. All this time they've been waiting, expecting another 2,000 to be added, but it never came. Why? Because the type of account they opened and then made their deposit into wasn't suitable for this bonus. The next point, which country are you from? Some countries are not allowed to participate here or use this service, like the countries you see here. For example, if you are someone trading from Thailand, you definitely can't use it. So keep this point in mind as well. Pay attention to every single point. All of these topics are very important, and in my opinion, we should consider all of them. For example, let's say someone is from Argentina. There are different restrictions for someone from Indonesia, for instance. So all of these can really be decisive. All right, for your account, let's get back to our main journey together and cover some more points from this. As always, we've come to hunt down some details and general points for you. We've selected these here so that they're handpicked and easy for you to refer to in case you find it difficult. How much is your bonus? Which account is it usable on? What platforms are available? How much do you need to trade to withdraw $200? We've summarized all of this here for you, so with just a quick glance, it can really simplify things for you and make it easier. All right, do you have the withdrawal conditions here again? You can see there's that 90-day period, and on the other hand, the minimum requirement. You need to trade 80 lots to withdraw $200. Do you have it here as well? As you can see, I think it's something you shouldn't overlook. Okay, let's scroll down to the comparison we've prepared for you. Here between the ForexMart group and further down the Hadoya group, which one? These are better for us depending on the capital. As we've always said, the situation is different. There's someone who, for example, has a small amount of money. For someone with little capital, maybe ForexMart and Hadoya are better options. For someone who's a professional who trades with high volume. Obviously, MultiBank is a more suitable and attractive option. So it depends on the situation. It depends on how much you trade. It also depends on what your favorite platform is. Maybe someone says, I trade on a different platform. I'm just giving an example. Let's say I have Hadoya. So these are options that you need to review case by case. It varies from person to person. That's it and goodbye. But the shortcut is, now that you've watched this program, also check out those two trades and their programs to help you out. So you can make the best decision for your own account, okay? If we want to sum it up, the process is like this. You go to their website and complete your registration. You finish your identity verification. Pay close attention to the type of account. You choose the account type that is eligible for this bonus yourself. Then you make your deposit there. You make the deposit, and after the bonus is credited to your account, you start trading. If you meet the conditions, you can receive significant amounts, either directly from the bonus or from the profits generated by it. Overall, I hope the explanations I provided, I hope that what I shared in this program has been useful for you and that you've been able to benefit from it. If you've encountered anything new this year, let us know. If we weren't able to answer any of your questions regarding the topics we discussed, this is the place where you can write to us and send your questions, and my colleagues will respond promptly. They will address these as soon as possible and provide you with answers. Until the next program, I leave you in God's care. May God protect and watch over you.